Hi guys, it's Miss Erin from the Upper Saddle River Library. Would you like to grow a giant gray striped sunflower? They can grow 5 feet tall, often way taller, and they produce seeds that make a tasty snack for birds. You'll start growing yours inside and transplant it outside during warm weather. With some patience and a little care, you'll have a big, beautiful annual flower to be proud of. Welcome to the video tutorial, which I got help from my dad because my dad is a florist who is someone who works with plants and flowers. Grab your kit and let's get started. Pour your potting mix into a dish. Add some water to it and mush it around with your fingers to start getting them to mix together. We want to leave this mixture to sit overnight so it can absorb that water and get nice and damp. Use your hands to scoop all of that wet potting mix into the peat pot. Poke a hole in the soil with your finger about 1/2 inch deep and drop 2 of your sunflower seeds into the hole. You'll notice that there's about 20 seeds in there, but you only need 2 for your pot. So tuck them in there. Loosely cover the seeds with more of the potting soil and pat it gently as if you're tucking it into bed. Let's head over to a sink. This is a very important step. We're going to turn on the water. It's especially great if you have one of these little nozzles where it's sort of like a sprinkler. Let water drip into your pot and your soil and let it drain. You want to repeat this process a couple of times. Keep adding water and then letting it drip through that hole in the bottom. Once it's done dripping, you want to maybe put a plate or a dish under it so that you don't make a mess. Now it's time to take care of your germinating seed. Find somewhere you can keep it that is room temperature or warmer, and this is very important. Keep it moist. If it looks dry, water it. Drier soil will look lighter brown, and moist soil will look darker. Keep watering it over a sink whenever you water it so that the extra water drains out. In about 1 to 2 weeks, it should begin to sprout. Once it's sprouted, you want to keep watering it, and at this point, you want to put your pot in direct sunlight. After May 1st, when your sprout is a few inches tall and the weather is warm, plant the whole thing, peat pot included, right into the soil outside. You want to keep the top lip of the pot even with the ground. Don't bury it too deep. You want to be able to see the seedling poking out of the ground. Don't worry, the pot will break down in the soil because it's biodegradable. Follow these tips when you plant your sunflower plant outside. Number 1, pick a spot that gets direct sunlight for at least half the day. The more sun you give it, the happier and healthier your plant will be. And 2, this is very important also, dig a hole bigger than your pot and loosen up the soil so that it's not compacted. This will help the young roots break through and grow. And 3, keep watering it. The more sun it gets, the more water it will need. So fast forward a little bit of time and your sunflower will be growing taller, hopefully. It will need support as it gets taller. With a grown-up's help, push a stake into the ground next to your sunflower and use the twist tie included to secure the stem to the stake. So you could buy a garden stake from a store for pretty cheap, or you could visit the website included in your instructions for ideas for a homemade one. For example, you could use a branch from outside that has kind of a pokey end that you can drive into the ground. Anyway, you just need a stake because you want something for your sunflower to lean on for support. When you secure the stem to the stake, do not do it too tightly. Keep it loose because the stem will grow wider and wider, and your plant will keep growing taller as well. Your sunflower should bloom in 60 to 100 days after planting. Keep watering it. The bigger it gets, the more water it needs. If you're comfortable with the library sharing them on social media, without names of course, please, please, please send pictures to me. I want to see you guys planting, keeping track of your plant, what it looks like when it's a seedling, what it looks like when you put it outside. I wish you all of the luck on your sunflower growing journey. Happy planting!